following program is paid for by the friends and partners of faithchurch.com.
Are you stuck in a cycle of debt? Do you struggle to pay bills every month? Are you ready for things to change but not really sure where to start? Then you cannot miss the free Solving Your Money Problems Financial Conference. This one-night-only event is coming to your city. You can join David Crank in St. Louis, Missouri on Friday, September 15th or Sunday, September 17th in West Palm Beach, Florida. Don't wait. Spots are filling up fast. If you're ready to pay off debt and to get serious about transforming your finances, then register now. Seating is limited. You can register online at faithchurch.com or call our office at 314-635-2000 for the Solving Your Money Problems Financial Conference.
Do you ever feel like there's just more month than money? You don't know how in the world you're going to pay all the bills? You ever sit up in the middle of the night and think, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do? It disrupts your sleep. It messes up your relationships. Money's a big deal. That's what we're going to be talking about this weekend. I mean, I know this is a big holiday weekend, but some of you guys are like, man, my holiday's not going so good because I don't have the money to take the trip. We don't have a boat. We can't even afford to go canoeing. What's going on? You know, the Bible says that people perish for lack of knowledge. Information can give you power. That's what I'm going to talk to you about today. So many times over the years, I've watched marriages fail because the MasterCard bill is just too high and it's mastering their marriage. I found out the Discover card discovered where you live, and now you're really freaked out because you don't know how in the world you're ever going to get out of this debt. I want to let you know there's a way out, but you have to make some different adjustments in your life. So whatever you do, don't turn the channel today. We're really going to communicate leading up to a big event that's happening September the 15th in St. Louis and September the 17th in West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm going to be live and in person on a Friday night, fly to Florida, and be live and in person on a Sunday night, and help you get from where you are right now to where I want you to be and where you want to be. Remember back in high school, you got out and you thought, I'm gonna have the American dream, I'm gonna own a home. And now you've given up on that. You're like, we lost our home, or it was foreclosed, or there's no way we'd ever have the down payment. I'm telling you, I want you to own a home. One of the reasons I want you to own a home is maybe when you get older, you could reverse mortgage that bad boy and have something to live on. But if you continue to rent, somebody's going to own a home, but it's not going to be you. It's some dude living in Miami or wherever, and he owns a bunch of homes, and everybody else is paying off his home. I'm telling you, I can help you with strategies and insights to get from where you are right now to where you're going to be. Why, you might ask? Well, I grew up kind of poor. I mean, really poor. Our bologna didn't have a first name. Some people had Cheerios. We just had O's. We didn't know how we were going to eat. My dad started reading the Bible and studying principles, found out that 2/3 of the parables in the Bible are dealing with money, and that God doesn't want you broke. And then he found out most of the time it's not that we don't have money, it's that we do the wrong thing with our money. Knowing where to invest your money, knowing how to pay off MasterCard and Visa, how to celebrate the small wins so you have victories. What if I told you right now that maybe I would send you a check for $1,200? Does that sound good? $1,200, yeah. Just wait till the end of the year and I'll send it to you. Well, how would I, what do you mean? I can do that right now because you're getting ready to go to Starbucks today and spend $5. If you do that every day on your way to work, you're not only wasting time, you're wasting $5. At the end of the year, it's $1,200. We can get some coffee at home. You're like, well, hey, for sure, you're not going to touch my coffee, and I get that. But there's some small tweaks that lead to big peaks, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in St. Louis on September 15th and West Palm Beach on September 17th. Here's the catch. It's not going to cost you a dime, but because seating is limited, you have to register. So the information is on the bottom of your screen. We're getting ready to go into a little bit of talk. I'm going to come back in a minute and tell you more information, but whatever you do, it's only about a week away. We had, like in Florida, we had 850 seats, and now it went like this. In St. Louis, we had 2,000 seats, and it went like this. So if you hurry right now, you can register, you and your significant other, and the reason why I want you to bring them is because you need to do this together. If he's still spending, he's buying the bass boat and the fishing rod that you knew he shouldn't buy, or she's still spending, she's spending money you don't have to impress people you don't like, we got to do this as a team. Because when the team works, the dream works. So that conference again is coming up the 15th in St. Louis, the 17th in West Palm Beach, Florida. All the information, it can be had throughout the program, but whatever you do, you better hurry. You better register right now because as I'm talking, the seats are going because they're free.
I have to really caution myself because I'm probably going to want to talk really, really fast because I got absolutely a lot of things to say and I only have 28 minutes to say it. But I'm going to try to slow down. This is a note from the sermon in 2007. Obviously, I Googled the American debt on November the 18th, 2007 at 4:19 in the afternoon. You know what I was doing that day? That the first loan that was done in America was done for $1.4 million. And between that point and 2007, it had went to $9 trillion. Then between 2007 and now, this election year of 2016, it has skyrocketed out of control, went from 9 to 19 to trillion. How did that happen? A little phenomenon called compounded interest. It's like a wildfire. It spreads like crazy. Now, the bad news is for people that are watching who are not born-again Christ followers, you're just American. And I'm glad to live in America. It's still the greatest country in the whole wide world, and we honor that. But the fact is, Americans in very much trouble, okay? Because their system that they chose to live by is actually imploding. I knew we were in trouble a few years ago when I got a call from a few big officials in Washington, and they started asking me advice as a homeschooler. I knew we were screwed. Come on, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, let me try to figure this out. Okay, we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4. And we were in trouble as a nation. But we're not in trouble. We are God's people, and our finest days are right out ahead of us. God is going to bless us in troubled times. Okay, so let's just talk about a little bit of hardcore stuff that's really going to help you get a grip on this debt thing. In Proverbs 22, verse 27, it says, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is the servant to the lender." The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is the servant to the lender. How many of y'all kind of got like you kind of sniff that there's some rich people somewhere and they kind of control a lot of the government as well as loans, and you're not sure how it all works, but you're pretty sure something's going on and somebody's making a bunch of money and it's not you. Raise your hand if that's you, okay? It's pretty much all of us. You're smart. Some people are like, no, I don't think I smell anything. Oh, smell the coffee. By the way, let's thank God for coffee right now. Lord, we thank you for coffee. It is not a drug, it is a vitamin. And it's in the Bible. There's a whole book about it. It says, he brews, we brew. All the women should stand on that. It doesn't say she brews, it says he brews. So you're like, go get me my coffee, boy. So we smell something's going on, and you're absolutely correct. Now, the Bible, though, has everything to say about how to live peaceful and how to live debt-free. And this is a perfect example, Proverbs 22:7. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower, the person that borrows the money, is the slave to that lender, the person who's lending it. Now, right now, this was a very easy work week for me because I'm preaching you the exact same sermon that I preached in 2007. So it's like, study once, preach it twice. So like, this is a great week for me. You're hearing rehash from 2007. Give it up for old preaching. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's old. I want you to take that same screenshot of what the interest rates were paying in 2007. Okay, so 2007, here was the point of this sermon right there. There's the screenshot. And I was making this point. I said, look here, man, the interest eats up the fruit of your labor, and the bank is a lot of your problem. And if you guys put money in the bank and you want them to pay you money, look what they're giving you. They're giving you like 0.9%. When you want a car loan, those people take 7.5%. The credit cards, they're ripping you off at 14%. I mean, look, this system is rigged. That's not what I was saying today, but that's what I was saying in 2007, okay? So let's take it down because it's very depressing. So in other words, the system is designed where if you have money and you want to loan it to the bank, they give you no money. If you want to borrow money, which is probably where most of us are at, then the bank totally sticks it to us. And I think I remember making statements like, you just look at your house and look at your linoleum and look at their marble floors. Look at their incredible structures and look at your double wide trailer. It is rigged.
Are you stuck in a cycle of debt? Do you struggle to pay bills every month? Are you ready for things to change, but not really sure where to start? Then you cannot miss the free Solving Your Money Problems financial conference. This one-night-only event is coming to your city. You can join David Crank in St. Louis, Missouri on Friday, September 15th or Sunday, September 17th in West Palm Beach, Florida. Don't wait. Spots are filling up fast. If you're ready to pay off debt and to get serious about transforming your finances, then register now. Seating is limited. You can register online at faithchurch.com or call our office at 635-2000 for the Solving Your Money Problems Financial Conference.
And I'm telling you today, as we're watching, there's another storm coming. The Bible says that believe ye the prophets and so shall you prosper. God starts kind of teaching people or telling people about things that are going to come to pass in the last days. And so he started telling me this in like 2005, 6, and 7 when I preached this. Well, none of us had heard of a thing called the housing bubble. How many of y'all had not heard of that until they took your house? And you're like, oh, okay. I knew that this was going to happen. I didn't know exactly how it was going to happen, but I started talking to our church board about that we needed to say no to now, and I want you to write that down. We had to say no to now to say yes to later. Because we had this little church in Fenton, and it was a nice church. My daddy started the church. He actually had dreams of building God a house, and so his first house, he paid it off rapidly. Like he realized that he could beat the bankers at their own game, and so he began to pay extra principal payments down on the house, which meant that he had a yard sale at the house and sold everything while my mom was at the store. She came home and he had sold everything out of the house, but he had paid the house down, okay? Little marital problems, but the debt-free was worth it, right? And then later he bought his second house over in South County, and the house was like, back in the day, it was only like $33,000, but he wanted to pay it down. So he sold his motorcycle on a thing called Trading Times. It was before Craigslist, and he did some radical things, and he paid that house down in 22 months because there was nothing. He was saying no to now so he could say yes to later. Eventually, he takes the title deed to that house, and this is where it gives you power. Remember, it says the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is the servant to the lender. So my dad went to Lime Bank, which is now Midwest Bank Center here in town. Very nice people. However, they did not believe in me like they believed in my dad. They were afraid of the risk that I took, but now they really wish they would have been with me, but too bad. So now my allegiance is to Montgomery Bank, and you guys really screwed up. So anyway... Just wanted to get that out there real quick. Nice guys, though. Frank Ziegler is exempt from that, the president of the bank. I do like Frank. I wish my name was Frank. It would be Frank Crank. Wouldn't that be cool? It's like, Frank Crank! Because I am kind of frank. I mean, we just saw that happen, that's for sure. So my dad takes the title deed to the house, and he says, hey, will you guys give me the loan? I want to build God a house. Well, you need a board. No, you don't need a board. You need 7 men to sign. No, you don't if you got the money. We've never done this before. He said, I really want to start a church where I can say what I want to say. And if I have 7 men telling me what I got to say, then I can't say what God has to say. So that's why I paid my house down. So they gave him the loan, and he built a church. We launched from there with the same principles, the practical application that I'm teaching you right now. And that's why our church has this church, which is $37 million worth of campus. And I just preached at our city, which is $21 million worth of campus. And we owe very, very little money because we want to get those bankers out. They're very kind to us, but we also, at the end of the day, the relationship is one-sided. They don't tithe back to the church. And if you did tithe back to the church, we would consider lengthening the life of our loan, but we don't, so we want to get rid of you right away. Come on, let's get rid of the bank, okay? Because we can build playgrounds in Haiti, come on. We can buy 4 single moms cars from Bill Dean. Dean Team, they gave us a great deal. Buy your cars at deanteam.com. I'm really doing some product placement today, aren't I? This is brought to you by Apple. Forget it, they didn't give me a good deal. I had to pay for this. So the rich rule over the poor. So my dad set me up with what I would call, in Proverbs, again, Proverbs says, I want you to leave an inheritance to your children's children. So inheritance, if you just thought money, that's good, but it shouldn't be just money. My dad left me some money, but what he actually left me was the root, and the root could continue to produce the fruit.
I wanted to interrupt right there. I know this teaching's kind of intriguing to you, right? And tell you that information gives you power. I know what it's like to be broke. I know what it's like to think you're never going to go on a vacation. I know what it's like to finally climb up, get married, get a house, live the American dream, and then she leaves after 8 years. And now all your stuff is gone, and you're divorced, and you think you never ever come out of it. I'm telling you, if there's a way to be $1 behind, there's a way to be $1 ahead. And I can help you with that strategy. I don't want anything from you. I just want to help you. I'm a pastor. I've helped thousands of people over the years. And occasionally, every couple of years, we decide to do, a seminar. So we're going to solve your money problems once and for all. And we're going to do it September the 15th in St. Louis, September the 17th in West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm going to be live at both places, and I'm going to help you, live and in person, develop a plan to get you out of debt. I'm telling you, debt means doing everything but thinking. And we're going to solve that problem. As you see today, this is the kind of teaching that we do occasionally at church, yeah. And there's nothing I want from you. I mean, it's not like it's $49.95 to come to the conference. It's not $29.99. It's free. You don't have to bring your checkbook. You can stay. It's just don't worry about it. It's free. I just want to help you do that. In fact, even on this program, we've been on here for years and we've never even asked you for money because the people at our church got out of debt, so they have ancillary income to help me reach out to people that might not be so fortunate right now. So we're going to change it. Solving Your Money Problems coming up September the 15th in St. Louis. That's a Friday night. September the 17th, that's a Sunday night at the West Palm Beach Lakes High School. I'm going to meet you there. But here's the deal. When we started the program, we had this many seats, and now it's gone. Register right now. Whatever you do it before it's gone.
Here's a good supernatural story. In 2 Kings chapter 6, it talks about one day there was a group of prophets that came to Elijah, and they told him, as you can see, the place where we're at is too small. So it might be your house right now, your business, your car. Let's go down to the Jordan, and there's plenty of logs there, and let's build a new place to meet. They said, all right, let's go ahead. He said, well, will you please come with us? He said, yes. So when they arrived at the Jordan, when they got there, they were cutting down trees. So notice they're working. Everybody shout, working. You got to work. In fact, you'd be supplied. People are like, God bless me with money. Pastor, will you play that? God bless me with money. I give them employment application, and I go, fill this out. You'll be surprised how money comes from this prayer request right here. Got quiet in this Presbyterian church today right there. So when they began at the Jordan, they were cutting down trees, and then all of a sudden one was chopping with an axe, and the axe fell into the river, and he said, oh, Lord, he cried, it was borrowed. Everybody shout, it was borrowed. He's crying because he's in debt already. He doesn't even own it. Now he's completely upside down, and he cries that it's borrowed. Now check this out. So the man of God came, and he said, where did it fall? And Elijah cut a stick, he threw it in the water, and the axe head rose to the surface. Watch a reverse mortgage happen right there. It reverses at the top of the water. And then verse 7 says he grabbed it. Elijah told him, reach out and grab it. Reach out and grab it. And I'm telling you right now, reach out and grab this idea in this concept of being debt-free with passion. Grab it and say, I'll never be broke another day of my life. God's blessing me coming in. He's blessing me coming out. I decree and declare that God's favors on my life. Extraordinary opportunities happen to me. I'm always going to be at the right place at the right time. God loves me, and I love me, and I'm going to use my resources to impact people, to buy television time, to rescue girls out of sex trafficking, to build playgrounds in Haiti, to help the homeless. That's what money's for. It's called currency because it has a current. It's supposed to flow. Okay? So grab it. Everybody shout, grab it. Now, let me tell you something. When you grab it, God puts his super on your natural. You have to have a goal. Everybody needs a goal. You can't stroll to your goal. You have to have a fixed purpose. Say, here is my goal. And then one time I broke the word goal down and said, go all. My dad was like, go all. Sell everything in the house. Go all. Sell my motorcycle. Go all. You can't be just kind of haphazard about getting out of debt.
All right, we're going right back into the talk, but I'm telling you, I can't encourage you enough. If you don't do something right now, you're going to still be in debt in a year from now. If you keep doing those little things that you know you shouldn't do, like buy, this and buy that, or even little stuff like Starbucks. I'm not trying to say that you can't have Starbucks. I buy it occasionally, but most of the time I get my coffee at home because I would rather have the $1,200 at the end of the year than that $5 grab. Most people don't have long-term satisfaction because they go for immediate gratification. Well, it'd make me feel better if I bought this. It'd make me feel better if we went out for ice cream. Well, if we go to the store and we buy, some ice cream and bring it home, 5 people eat for $5 instead of 5 people eating for $45. It's small tweaks that you make today that set you up for a successful tomorrow. My dad, he would tell us that as a kid. He would be like, we're going to pay the house off, so we're not having Christmas this year. What? But he showed me a picture of a mini van, a little bitty go-kart van, and he said, when the house is paid off in 22 months, and it will be, I'm going to take you to Van City and I'm going to buy you this go-kart with a van body. Well, guess what? Less than 2 years later, I was the only kid on our street driving around with a go-kart van body because my dad did something that nobody else did. I got something that nobody else got to enjoy. So what's the excuse? I want you to call right now. It's absolutely free, but you have to register because I don't want thousands of people showing up. We only have 850 seats. We started out with 850 in West Palm, and it's this many. We started at 2,000 in St. Louis, and it's this many. You got to contact us right now and register. Friday night, the 15th in St. Louis, I'll be there live and in person. The 17th, I'll be live and in person in Florida. So register right now.
Are you stuck in a cycle of debt? Do you struggle to pay bills every month? Are you ready for things to change, but not really sure where to start? Then you cannot miss the free Solving Your Money Problems Financial Conference. This one-night-only event is coming to your city. You can join David Crank in St. Louis, Missouri on Friday, September 15th or Sunday, September 17th in West Palm Beach, Florida. Don't wait. Spots are filling up fast. If you're ready to pay off debt and to get serious about transforming your finances, then register now. Seating is limited. You can register online at faithchurch.com or call our office at 314-635-2000 for the Solving Your Money Problems Financial Conference.
We're going right back to that talk in a second, but I want to ask you again, what are you waiting on? Maybe you weren't at the beginning of the program. At the beginning, I talked about doing something you've never done to get something you've never gotten. I want you to own your own home. I don't want you to renting the rest of your life. I don't want you to think that you're always going to die with a car payment. I'm going to teach you how to buy a car. I'm going to teach you how to buy a house. I'm going to teach you that there are a few little tweaks that lead to big giant peaks in your life. Just by even calling up some credit card companies and telling them, this credit card company is going to reduce my amount to this amount. Will you match that? You won't? Well, I'll move. No, wait, don't hang up. We will. There's little things that you can do that can lead you to a life of plenteous. I don't want you to live to where you're like, I don't know if our marriage is going to sustain it. It's not that you guys don't love each other anymore. I'm talking to you. It's that the money problem is just getting old. I want to help you solve those money problems. Now I'm a pastor. I don't need anything from you. I don't have anything to sell to you. I'm not like, hey, come to this conference for $39 or $29. There's no charge. All you have to do is register right now. The information on the bottom of your screen at faithchurch.com. You register, you and your significant other. Now I want you both to come, because if he's still spending, you're unequally yoked. You're both pulling. Or if she's still spending and you're trying to save, I'm going to help you formulate a plan. I've done this with a lot of people. In fact, that's how we pay for our airtime for free. How do I not ask for money? Because the people at our church are out of debt, many of them, and so they're able to have ancillary income to help put this program on and this conference on. So St. Louis, September the 15th, West Palm Beach, Florida, the 17th, live and in person, both places. You got to register right now. Hurry. That's how we got in here, is procrastination. Let's fix it now.
But I do want you to have some homework. I want you to go home and I want you to read that book. And what was that book called again? And I want you to watch that guy who's not a preacher. What's his name again? And you can just have him on a back window playing, and that'll get in your heart. And then eventually, a year from now, you'll come up to me and go, Pastor Dave, guess what? I'm out of debt. It feels so good. And I don't have any financial problems. And I bought my kid a little go-kart, but it's ventilated. They won't have the problems that you have, okay? and I went to Disney World, and I'm a tither. First, I put God first, and I said the first 10% goes to God. And then I set up a little account, and I started saying no to now so I can say yes to later. Because trust me, the next collapse that's coming, get ready for it. When it happens, that's when you're going to get your house back. You're going to get it back. They ripped it off. And then never, ever, as I close, never, ever take God out of the equation. Just like he floated that note, if you start making one good decision toward God, God goes, good boy, and he will all of a sudden give you raises, inheritances, supernatural opportunities, take you further, faster. He is a supernatural God, and he loves you, and he wants to help people that actually have a focused mind and a focused heart.
You know, I remember years ago when my dad came to us and he said, hey kids, there's going to be no Christmas this year. And we're like, what? He goes, hey, I hate to break it to you, but I am Santa, and we've got a plan. Because without a vision, people perish. He said, we're going to pay off our house, and we're going to do it in a record-breaking time. So he took the life of a 15-year note immediately to a 30-year note to a 15-year note, because he started paying an extra principal payment every month. He didn't make an extra payment. He made an extra principal payment. At the beginning, it was only about $35, but that $35 saved him $600. And then he got so excited, he did something radical. He sold his motorcycle. He started eating more at home. We started making small tweaks that led to giant, enormous peaks. And in less than 2 years later, he took me to the store and he bought me a brand new go-kart with a van body on it. And I was the only kid on our street driving around with a van body on a go-kart. My dad did something that no one else had done, so I got to enjoy something no one else had. He taught me those principles: how to retire debt early, how to use MasterCard and Visa for you and not against you, how to rapidly get rid of that debt that is killing you, because the Bible said to owe no man nothing but to love him. If you feel like you're enslaved right now and you're never going to get out of debt, your marriage is even in trouble, you just get upset because the kids want another $100 pair of tennis shoes and everybody thinks they have to have the iPhone 7. I mean, these are not bad things, but it's a lot of pressure on you. I want to relieve that pressure today. I want to help you get from where you are to where God wants you to be. I want you to own your own home. I mean, worst case scenario, later in life, if things go really bad, you could reverse mortgage the house and live off that. But you're not going to be able to reverse mortgage the landlord's house. Come on, join me right now. All you have to do is register. It's absolutely free because there's a conference coming up called Solving Your Money Problems, September the 15th in St. Louis. The 17th is going to be in West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm going to be live at both places, and I'm going to help you make these tweaks that get you from where you are right now, almost in poverty, where you are right now with not knowing what you're going to do, to getting out of debt. But you've got to make a move. If you don't do something today, nobody's going to wave a magic wand. You're probably not going to win the lottery. Your rich uncle's not going to die. You have to do something with what you have in your hand right now, and I want to help you do that, but you have to register now. And I want you to bring your significant other, because if you don't bring them, you're going to be plowing this way, and you're going to have a vision, and they're not going to be excited about it. But we need to do this together so you guys can go on that vacation that you want, that you can buy that dream home that you want, that you don't always have to think that how in the world are we always going to try to get this car. I'm going to even talk to you a little bit about buying a car. Sometimes people go for a car that's sexy, and they really need to go for a new car with a warranty. We're going to go through all of that, but you got to register now. We started in St. Louis to 2,000 seats, and now we're a week away, and we're like this. It's only a few, but you better hurry. Same in West Palm Beach, Florida. It's almost gone. So I want you to register right now. All the information's on the bottom. Doesn't cost you a dime. Help me help you get from where you are right now to where God wants you to go. But if you don't do it, guess what? You're still going to be in the same mess next year. And you know that a lot of your problems, even health issues, are due to the fact that you've been under too much financial strain for too long. My dad, his hair started falling out because he worried himself sick. All right, so you might even be bald headed and you're wearing a wig and the hair is falling out of your wig. I'm telling you, you have to do something right now to make a difference. Register, and I promise you, it'll be fun, it'll be exciting, but most of all, it's going to solve your money problems.
Are you stuck in a cycle of debt? Do you struggle to pay bills every month? Are you ready for things to change, but not really sure where to start? Then you cannot miss the free Solving Your Money Problems financial conference. This one-night-only event is coming to your city. You can join David Crank in St. Louis, Missouri on Friday, September 15th or Sunday, September 17th in West Palm Beach, Florida. Don't wait. Spots are filling up fast. If you're ready to pay off debt and to get serious about transforming your finances, then register now. Seating is limited. You can register online at faithchurch.com or call our office at 314-635-2000 for the Solving Your Money Problems financial conference.
People connect, families grow, lives are changed. People connect, families grow, lives are changed.
Preceding program was paid for by the friends and partners of faithchurch.com.